This is reality TV that works. Startups, made in Kansas City.
One of the things that we hear from entrepreneurs a lot is it's lonely to be at the top. And people wonder, are there other people out there that have the same issues that I have? And how can I solve the problems that I have when I don't know who to reach out to? Well, KC SourceLink provides you a nice network of people who have been in your position before and can help you meet the people and do the work that you need to do to get your business started successfully. This is the entry point for 4747 Troost, our KC SourceLink Business Resource Center. Here you can take advantage of a lot of resources, including our computers that you can walk up to and utilize the internet, maybe create a business card or a brochure, and sit down and work on your business plan. The UMKC Innovation Center is very simple. It offers services to start and grow businesses. The center has an emphasis in technology commercialization, so we can help people with businesses that start on a particular kind of technology or IP to grow those businesses, but we help a very broad range of businesses, whether you're a technology business, a Main Street business doing retail or restaurants, or a micro enterprise. Maybe you just work from home by yourself and need help supporting businesses. And we provide support and services to all of these types of businesses. And we offer referrals to a very large network of partners across the community through our KC SourceLink program to get you the right resource at the right time for your business. KC SourceLink connects together a network of more than 180 organizations here in the community that support small business development. Our mission is simple: make it easy for the entrepreneur to find the resource that they need. One of the programs that we started back in 2009 is called Whiteboard to Boardroom, and that program helps take technologies from research institutions, especially our universities, and move them into the hands of entrepreneurs who can do something with those technologies. One of our big successes is getting UMKC technology that is in the biometric space in the hands of Toby Rush, who is one of our local serial entrepreneurs, and he turned that into a company called iVerify. And we're happy to see him progress into the future with that. KC SourceLink worked so well here in Kansas City that it wasn't long before other cities came asking for help in creating their own entrepreneurial ecosystems. So we've created US SourceLink. US SourceLink connects a network of about 25 affiliates across the country that support small business development using the same techniques and methodologies that KC SourceLink uses here in Kansas City. Across the country, we have 25 affiliates of SourceLinks. We have Alaska SourceLink, Missouri SourceLink, Dallas SourceLink, and a variety of SourceLinks in between. Through this network, we connect almost 5,000 resource partners across the country that support small business development, making us America's largest resource network for entrepreneurs. We have helped over 60,000 people across this country find the help that they need to build their businesses. One of our new babies on this block is the Digital Sandbox KC project. This project started to support our technology businesses here in Kansas City and now offers support through proof of concept services and funding for new companies or existing companies to take products to the next level. We'd like to help get those products over the hump and on to helping that business grow.
I'm Jeff Shackelford, the new director of the Digital Sandbox Kansas City. I've been an entrepreneur since before time. I'm pretty much classified as an old entrepreneur, having started first in 1996, again in 2000, well before Kansas City was recognized as kind of this entrepreneurial city. And what I've seen in the last 3 years, 4 years has been just amazing. The Digital Sandbox is another example of continuing to add to the ecosystem we have here to grow the entrepreneurial community. Digital Sandbox is a proof of concept center, if you will, to help researchers take that research off the shelf from academic institutions and commercialize that and turn it into a business. Techies coming up with new technology and a new way to do things, take that from idea concept to a business. Inventors coming up with something, a better mousetrap. How do we take it from their mind and from the back of a napkin to a business? there was one small piece missing in this large ecosystem we have, that being a proof of concept environment where really you take early on ideas and concepts. It's a terrific marriage between federal funding from the Economic Development Agency, the state of Missouri's Technology Corporation, private sector funding that we have as well, which makes it so powerful that we have combined both private and public into one entity whose sole focus is to take business ideas and turn them into businesses very rapidly over the next 2 years. Yeah, the Digital Sandbox has a direct mission to take ideas and concepts to a finished business. And when I say a business, it's funded, it's in business, and it hires people, because the real driver for all of us is growing the economy in the Kansas City metropolitan area. I'm a firm believer that the growth will come from the entrepreneurial community that we've seen over the last, number of years and decades. We're not really attracting 5 and 7 and 10,000 employee companies to move here. We grow them from within. And if you look at the roots of the city, all the way back to Ewing Kauffman, who started Marion Labs, and the number of businesses that have really generated from that beginning, those are the kinds of things that we have to create. One day we step back and say, boy, where did the 5,000 employee company come from? Well, we grew it here. Hopefully it came out of the Sandbox, and then through our partners, it generated a new business that hired 3, 4, 5,000, even 100, 200 people. That's how we grow the economy and keep this city vibrant.
A co-production of KCPT and Outpost Worldwide, at home in Kansas City. Production, post, content.